Sentire Media.
This episode is brought to you by the Smart Move Italy app, your free tool for planning, moving, and thriving in Italy. Download it today on iOS and Android. Today is Wednesday, July 23rd. From Smart Move Italy, this is Your New Life in Italy Special Edition. I'm Samantha Wilson, and today we're breaking down a landmark decision from an Italian court that could change how families apply for one of the most elusive visas in the country, the Elective Residency Visa. For years, families trying to move to Italy under the Elective Residency Visa, also known as the ERV, have faced a frustrating obstacle. Consulates, particularly in the UK and the US, have insisted that every adult in the household independently meet the minimum income requirement, which is usually around 31,000 euros per year. That means if you're a couple, you have to prove 62,000 euros separately, even if all the money came from one shared account. But now that interpretation has been struck down. In a ruling issued on June the 25th by the Tribunal Administrative in Lazio, that's one of Italy's regional administrative courts, a British couple who was denied their ERV back in 2022 just won their case. And the implications? They could be huge. Let's go back for a moment. This couple applied together at the Italian consulate in London, UK. They had a combined passive income of over 53,000 euros, not a small amount, but their application was rejected. And why? Because the consulate claimed that each spouse had to show at least 31,000 euros on their own. In other words, shared income did not count. The couple challenged the decision, and in late June, the court finally responded with a clear message. No, that is not how the law works. And here's what the court said. The requirement of passive income for the Elective Residency Visa cannot be imposed separately and in full on each individual family member. Now that line, now cited across many Italian legal circles, comes from a judgment that dives deep into how the visa rules are actually written and what they're meant to protect, not just individuals, but families. The ruling hinged on two major points. The first, Italian law does not require each family member to meet the full income threshold independently. Instead, the law says that financial resources must be adequate for the whole household. So the court confirmed that the main applicant needs to show around 30,540 euros per year, let's call it 31,000, and every additional family member, a spouse or a child, just needs 18,660 euros more. Now that's a meaningful distinction. And the second point, the judge called out the absurdity of requiring a child, yes, a child, to prove that they personally earn over 30,000 euros a year. That, the court said, goes against common sense. So what does this all mean in practice? Well, for starters, if you're a couple or a family who was denied your elective residency visa because you were told shared income wasn't allowed, this changes everything for you. It doesn't mean your visa will be approved automatically, but it does mean that you have legal grounds to reapply or appeal. And for anyone just starting the process, it means the consulate cannot insist that every adult independently prove the full 31,000 euros anymore. Not legally anyway. That said, there is a small caveat. The court did not rule on one very big question, and that is, what if one spouse has no income at all and the other is supporting the entire family? Is that still acceptable? Well, we don't know yet. But if each applicant has some form of income and the total amount meets or exceeds the current household threshold, the ruling is on your side. This isn't just about numbers on a bank statement. It's about how Italy defines a family and how the system recognizes the reality of shared finances. It's also a reminder that bureaucracy can be slow, but sometimes it corrects itself. So if you've been told no in the past because you applied together, or because your income was joined, or because one of you wasn't financially independent enough, it may be time to try again. I have attached the ruling to the show notes. I'm Samantha Wilson, and this was your New Life in Italy breaking news. We'll be back with more updates, interviews, and insights on the way.
Sentire Media.
Hey, podcast producers and show hosts. Do you want to join a podcast network that celebrates all things Italian? At Sentire Media, we understand the allure of Italy and its unique culture. Our devoted team of hosts and producers are all driven by their shared passion for Italy. And we work tirelessly to create the best lifestyle podcasts and content that will whisk you away to the very heart of Italy. With us, you can savor the mouth-watering flavors, get lost in the stories from the past, break down the cultural barriers, and truly immerse yourself in the vibrant traditions of this intoxicating country. If you have a great podcast idea or are already in production and would like to join Sentire Media, head over to sentiremedia.com, that's SENTIRE media.com, and find out how to submit your show.